Grieve not. You can't grieve someone who doesn't love you. Grieve not the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is not an it, it's a he. It's a person, and he loves you. Father loves you, obviously. Son loves you, obviously. Holy Spirit does too. Otherwise you can grieve. To grieve means to give pain. I can remember very vividly, I had gotten a very special thing for one of my daughters. And I was excited about coming home to surprise her with this kind of a spontaneous, elaborate little gift that I picked up. And as I drove in the driveway, Nan tipped me off that the daughter in question had been horrible that day. And some circumstances occurred that I would have to deal with. And I can remember the pain that I felt. And I was so excited about wanting to give this gift. It would obviously been inappropriate. And I remember that. I grieved over giving you. This may be the most important part of this section. The Holy Spirit also loves you. You can't grieve someone who doesn't care. No one can unseal, says he, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. No one can unseal the work of the Holy Spirit, which continues to the day of redemption. There's another nail in the coffin of losing your salvation. Your salvation is sealed by the Holy Spirit himself. He abides with you forever, John 14:16. Okay, this last one, we'll wrap it up here. 5, 6, 2, 1. One is bitterness. You know, bitterness was a sin. That surprised me to find that in this list, to realize it's a sin. What is bitterness? A settled hostility that poisons the whole inner man. A settled hostility that poisons the whole inner man. Reminds me of worry. Worry is a trickle of fear that soon cuts a rut so deep it creates all other thoughts. And bitterness is a person form of it. A settled hostility that poisons the whole inner man. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. Wow. Bitterness leads to wrath and it hardens the heart. That's why it's a sin. The basic cause is an unforgiving spirit. Learning how to forgive and forget is one of the secrets of a happy Christian life. Putting those things behind you, put away from you, to be put away from you. That's an aorist imperative, which means it's a one-time, once-for-all decisive act. It's not a continuing act. It's a once-and-for-all done deal to forgive it. Not to bring it up again. It's done. It's forgotten. It's behind you. And be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, have forgiven you. Forgiving, that's a reflexive form, by the way. Each of you forgive the other. It's a two-way street, not a one-way street. And the other thing to learn, I'm very grateful for someone that really emphasized this in my very early years, putting the most charitable construction on apparent faults or faux pas. Having a bias in favor of a person. Put on the most charitable construction. You hear a rumor about your partner. You take for granted that it's misunderstood, he's on your side. You know, you don't give room. Put the most charitable construction on apparent faults or faux pas. You forgive rather than magnifying the faults of others. Why? Because we have been forgiven far more than we have any capacity to imagine. Justified hurts are the most dangerous because they're the hardest to let go. Those hurts that are sort of marginal, you can let those go. The ones where your hurt is really justified because he did this and this, he really justified to be upset. Those are the most dangerous for you because they're the hardest for you to let go. Think about it. Graciousness rather than legalism. Courtesy is more than just an attitude, it requires knowledge. We call it manners. One of my most disturbing exposures when I went from the professional life in the secular world into a full-time ministry is to encounter again and again discourtesy in ministries, by ministers, in various ways. In many ways, they were just unlearned. It was a lack of manners. It wasn't something sinister. It was just lack of knowledge. They hadn't been trained. The common things that I always felt was common courtesy, honoring contracts, paying on time. In the secular world, those are taken for granted. In the ministry, they're exceptions. Pressure. The ignorance of common courtesy is often simply a lack of training. Not more sinister than that, but it is, nevertheless, a reality we face. Okay, we've gone through this quickly. The next session is study chapter 5. We're going to encounter a very interesting concept called the bride of Christ. The bride of Christ and the body of Christ, the same thing. Most people think they explore that next time. Let's stand for a closing word of prayer. Father, we thank you for this word. We pray, Father, that through your Holy Spirit, you would draw us ever more deeply into your word, that these precepts might become part of our conduct, that we might reflect these truths in our day-to-day interactions with others. We thank you, Father, for having called us into your family room. We pray, Father, that you would help us be more effective as members of your family, more responsive to your will in our lives, as we once again commit ourselves in the hands of our coming King, our Lord and Savior, our Messiah, Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, you're out of audiobook listening hours for the month. Keep listening with the top-ups you purchase from Spotify.
Now you fuck. It's-
Now investigating what happened right now. I do have a couple of things to investigate, but I want to set this up for everyone who's here with us, joining us. So throughout the month of October, not only are we dressing up for every episode, we are going to bring one item per episode. So this is kind of the introduction to all of them. And because there are so many objects here, we're not really going to be able to be clear on who's communicating with us or you. You. All right. Community won't leave. Please come back. We're right here. Oh, wait, she won't leave now.
She's not supposed to.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Stay in the dome room.
This episode to really know who's communicating with us. So in the episodes that follow this month, and if you listen to episode 342, which came out right before this, we will have one object per episode. And as we've told you, our October episodes, as you've experienced, our October episodes
It's
should
funny.
be very haunted. So we're like, let's make them even more haunted. Let's just see. Let's just see. And then also, maybe I believe all of the spirits here are positive, and I have had very few encounters with them, if any. I do have one story to tell, though, that I was kind of putting together this morning.
Okay. How long have you had each of these in your possession? Starting with the cat, I know you acquired when we were on tour.
Are you okay? I'm okay. Are you? Are you okay, Corinne? I think
No.
one of them's checking on you.
I'm not okay. But
You're
that's
still not
okay.
okay.
No.
You want to close your eyes and take a second? Do your ribbon wrapping?
No,
Yeah, claim your power.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Whoever is telling me. Oh, well, I'm going to ask you this question.
And then you'll
you go
close your
through
eyes.
as it because the ribbon wrapping sometimes takes me a while.
Okay. So the cat, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but was given to us when we were on tour. And I've had no experiences with this cat at all.
I can't even visualize my ribbon.
Can I visualize it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me just. Maybe it's the lights at the studio.
Ooh, mine tickled my ears.
Your ribbon?
Yeah, I did a big blanket that encompassed both of us.
Okay, I'm pushing out a purple cocoon around my body right now, so this is working out. I see all the little fibers.
Okay. The at-home electroshock system I actually purchased in the summer of 2024 from the Salem flea market. And I saw it and I sent a picture of it to Elena because I was like, oh, Elena would love this. And then I walked around a couple more times, just like shopping around the flea market. And then I was like, I kept being drawn back to it. And so I purchased it. And then I did a live stream on our YouTube, which you can watch, where I communicated with any spirits attached to this and other objects that I purchased from that haul. And we got a cool story, but I'll get into that specifically when we go through each one. Back in June or July, I think it was July, our Patreon episode in July.
We told people our plans for October.
And we like found a bunch of haunted objects online to talk about, to then
have people vote which ones to buy. And then
they all were sold out by the time.
Yeah.
Yes. But Alara was one of them. And during the episode, when we were talking about her, we were both like, Sabrina, like, why are you not buying her?
You felt so connected to her when you were talking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, hello. And you're like, yeah, I do need to just purchase her. So we did snag her.
And then Boo Boo is a recent addition. Boo Boo might have contributed to some things that I was feeling the last couple of days. Mm-hmm. And Lily just came out of the box. And I will, as we're doing this episode, want to give a shout out to US Ghost Adventures, which does ghost tours all throughout the country. They also own the Lizzie Borden House and a couple of places in Gettysburg, and you can like go and stay there. But they also sell paranormal investigative tools. So we have,
yes, we have some.
We have some with us. So I put the Devil's Marble, which is basically a cat ball that if you touch it, it lights up. And I put this for the spirits on the table.
Afraid.
Oh, you don't have to be afraid. I'm sorry that this is overwhelming. Thin? Well, you don't have to be afraid. I know that this might be overwhelming, but like we both said, you don't have to participate. You can sit back and relax. We mean you no harm. We love you. You're safe. And I'll bring you back home where you're even more safe. And you can see the kittens running around.
But yes, we have the Devil's Marble. And then we also have this, looks like a butt plug. It's a dowsing rod.
Which I've never seen dowsing rods like this.
I know. I wonder like how, because normally, oh wait, you know what? Do they tilt?
We're learning how to use them.
Oh, sorry. These also just came out of the box, but thank you.
Yeah.
US Ghost Adventures for sending them. So we have these.
So occasionally, maybe your participation in this episode is just sitting back, relaxing, and dowsing.
I might have to.
And then Lily.
Let me ask really quick.
Okay,
can you show me yes? Can you show me no? Perhaps we're just not participating in them.
That's fine. They are respecting your boundaries now.
Yeah.
There you go. And then we have Lily, who's also from US Ghost Adventures. And Lily we'll get to. I don't know much about her. And Lily, I think, is a vessel that we can, because it says Lily host a ghost.
Yeah.
And there is a story about Lily the doll itself and her origins. But I believe that you can, like, invite a spirit to possess Lily. But Lily is known to mess with people.
Okay.
So I don't know much about her.
So, yeah, is she the host of one ghost? Is she just kind of her own conduit from whoever is passing through?
Right. I don't know. They have very unique ghost tools, which I love. They do have like an EMF reader.
Bring it.
Bring the EMF reader? Here we go.
EMF detector.
Should we, here, let me open it. Because they said bring it, so clearly you want it, you got it.
They also have a Sinister speaker, which is a all-in-one spirit box. But we have a lot of sound going on, so we're just going to use the ghost tube for this one. And then they have Voodoo Roo, which, I'm just not going to tempt with Voodoo Roo. You can, like, put a person's photo on Voodoo Roo and then set intentions and put pins in it.
Well, what if you do one of yourself for like healing and setting your own intentions? attention.
You can also use it for fertility, love, success, money, growth, power, protection, and there's different like colors that you can use.
I just feel like voodoo is such a
Oh my god, can I read what this says?
yeah.
To harm someone, stab the head or the whole body with red or black. It may not hurt them, but it will definitely make you feel better. Voodoo-roo for everyone.
Voodoo-roo. I just feel like you need to have a certain knowledge and understanding of voodoo to participate in it. It feels like I'm not included in voodoo.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's
Okay.
why we're going to leave Voodoo-roo unopened. I think we should start with Boo Boo because
Which Boo Boo, I just have to say already, Boo Boo looks so much like my mom's childhood bear, who was also named Boo Boo. So I'm like, were there just a bunch of Boo Boo bears? Like now I'm curious.
oh,
And that's why he's named Boo Boo?
I'm curious.
Portal.
Is Boo Boo a portal?
Are there a lot of Boo Boos coming through the portal?
Oh, Voodoo has a Boo Boo. I almost said Voodoo.
Voodoo, voodoo.
Boo Boo
In
has.
front of you.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome. Boo Boo does have a sad story, and I want to preface. Okay, so in searching for objects to bring into our studio, I found Boo Boo, and my heart ached for Boo Boo, and I was like, I really feel called to help bring Boo Boo to a place that he, she, they feel very at peace after everything they've been through. But I will say, so on Sunday night, it is now Tuesday that we're recording this. I had a conversation with all of these objects, and I was like, "Hey, here's the situation. I'm sorry if it felt sinful. We're gonna go on a little field trip. We're gonna get in my car,
And your magic school bus.
my magic school bus, and we're gonna go record at the studio with Corinne, who you know all about because I talk about her all the time, and you know I listen to her voice all the time. You're familiar, you got it." And I was Arthur. Curious.
Recently. Rest in peace.
This is a very interesting
Arthur recently read
Dream.
and dream. So I did say if they want to communicate with me, they can communicate with me in my dreams. But basically, I set the
Wrong.
intentions with them. What is it?
wrong.
Okay. We're going to write now to all of you. We understand that there's a bunch of you and you might have things to say, but we're going to start with Boo Boo. And so, Boo Boo, we'd like to give you the
Empty.
floor. Empty. I feel like it started talking a lot more since we started talking about Boo Boo.
Right. I know in my mind, I was like, oh, was there a recently deceased person named Arthur who's in Boo Boo? And then I immediately said wrong. So I was like, is it listening to my thoughts?
It might be. After I had set those intentions with them, and I basically let them know what was going on, I set boundaries and everything.
Mhm.
I thought this was completely unrelated, but I was overcome with so much anxiety in the last couple of days. Yesterday, to the point where, remember I said to you, I was sitting here and I was like, I'm so overwhelmed and I just feel like I don't know what to do.
I need.
And then I even texted you that. But then last night, I was in the shower and I was just like, maybe
Satisfied.
this is something I just need to out loud say and be like, hey, if any of you have been trying to communicate with me by draining my energy or impacting my well-being and my physical state, that is not allowed. And I set a boundary and said, if you want to communicate with me, if you have a message for me, you can communicate with me through my dreams. You can knock on the walls or do something, but you cannot impact my physical being. Ever since then,
I'm touching you.
I was actually just about to say, I suddenly feel a lot better. Is it Boo Boo?
it might be Boo Boo. I've felt a lot lighter. It also might be because I checked a lot of things off my to-do list or I plopped on the couch for 30 minutes. I don't know. But I'm curious.
That was a good thing for you to recognize, too. That, like, sometimes it overwhelms.
Stop.
They don't like when I'm talking. This is going to be the Sabrina episode, you guys.
What were you saying?
Just that it's like, I feel like I might not have come to that conclusion. Like, I think it's good for you to recognize that sometimes the things in your space could be impacting you and that you do have haunted objects amongst you. And it's interesting because we recently had a conversation with someone.
It already came out.
Okay, then talk to Alex LeMay. And if you've listened to that Haunted with episode with Alex, I forgot. Yeah, Alex is September.
Yeah.
She was saying how, like, sometimes she has objects in her possession for, like, a full 6 months or more before there's any attempt at communication.
Yeah.
So it is, I feel like that's a good reminder, too, that, like, sometimes...
I will say it was from her conversation that I realized it could be an object
one of the
impacting me.
objects. Yeah.
So I felt a lot better. ever since setting that boundary. So I really do want to emphasize setting intention, setting boundaries, making sure your power is spoken because you are powerful and you are strong and you get to make the rules of your life.
I suddenly got so cold. Like I'm freezing.
You're getting very physically impacted.
I know. This was ooh. Ooh. This is what did it say?
Hungry?
For my feet, because my feet feel like they're in ice water. This is so bizarre. And I'm drinking hot
Come
coffee.
here, baby.
I'm flabbergasted. No offense, you guys.
Your flabbers are
I
jastic.
I truly thought this was just gonna be like an intro. I wasn't gonna experience anything. And I thought any experiences were gonna be like maybe just caught on.
Room, come be on camera.
My feet like literally feel like they're in ice water. This is weird. I'm
Bro.
affected.
Goodbye.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
I don't know what to say for you.
You neither.
Are you okay? Like, do you feel bad vibes from it, or are you just like impacted?
I think I'm just impacted. As my eyes starting to feel like it's being like squished.
Are you getting taken over?
I don't know. I might end up. No, don't say the word. Don't speak it into existence. I'm fine.
Who's speaking for Corinne right now? I don't know. We don't even need Ghost Tube. We just have Corinne.
Yes, I'm fine.
Should I like move Boo Boo closer to me or something? Or
No.
Lily? Maybe Lily's the temptress. Who? Okay.
Power.
Yeah. Claim your power. One of these is looking out for you.
One is looking
Yeah,
at and
I'm
one is
gonna
not.
switch Alara and Lily because I think Alara's very, very protective.
Hey, you know what? This is actually a good time to say maybe Noah was looking out for me because Noah grabbed my black obsidian crystal and brought it downstairs. So let me go grab it. Okay, I have my crystal.
I rearranged the table
Great.
so that
Thanks. We'll see if that makes a difference.
yeah.
Well, I don't know because I also
You also
said it. We'll see. This is a big
Brother.
talking crystal. This
Brother.
normally is next to my bed.
You know.
It's a big old rock.
I don't remember where I got this one. Oh, I got it in Vermont at a crystal shop in Burlington.
I like it.
Thanks.
October really brings it all, doesn't it? Halloween parties, game day tailgates, those perfect crisp fall nights, and Total Wine and More is here for every single one. Whether you're inviting friends over for a spooky movie marathon or just savoring the cool fall air on your patio, you'll find exactly what you need. Thousands of wines, spirits, and beers, all at the lowest prices. Mixing up something spooky? Total Wine and More is your cocktail central for all your Halloween concoctions. Need help picking the perfect pumpkin spice liqueur or figuring out what pairs best with chili night? Their friendly guides have you covered. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find only at Total Wine and More. Curbside pickup and delivery available in most areas. Just check out TotalWine.com for details. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses come with open-ear audio, so you can listen to your favorite music without blocking out the world around you.
Hey Meta, play Gorgeous. Here's Gorgeous by Doja Cat.
You can also ask Meta AI questions.
Hey Meta, when's Doja Cat's next concert? Doja Cat is playing at the Los Angeles Theater next Tuesday. Sweet.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, available at Ray-Ban stores and other authorized retailers.
We're going to tell a little bit about Boo Boo. I purchased Boo Boo on Etsy from Michelle, who is the owner of Spooky Tea Time, which is a haunted doll museum in San Francisco. And Boo Boo, hey. And Boo Boo has kind of a sad story. Michelle acquires their haunted dolls and like objects mostly by people bringing them because they don't want them in their homes anymore. But Boo Boo came on loan from another collector in North Carolina. So it was like a temporary, Boo Boo's gonna come stay at Spooky Tea Time Museum for a
I
short
just
period
love
of
the
time.
name. Every time you say it, I'm
Spooky tea
just
time.
smiling. Spooky tea time.
They featured Boo Boo in a haunted doll show because of how much activity was occurring around Boo Boo, like an unusual amount of paranormal activity. So Boo Boo could very much be responsible for a lot of the things that we've already been experiencing in this episode. What I was experiencing. Rapture. Boo Boo is responsible for the rapture. No.
Interesting.
Around 2 months after Boo Boo arrived at the museum, they started feeling a really heavy and sad energy around Boo Boo. So they pulled out the Ouija board and they were like, let's try to communicate with Boo Boo and see what's going on. And when they asked what's wrong, Boo Boo spelled out, can't go home,
Oh, that makes me so sad.
which everyone was like, what do you mean? Like, you're going to go home. And so they reached out to the original owner who owned Boo Boo in North Carolina and was like, do you know what this could mean? And the owner's like, I have no idea. So a couple months later, they let Boo Boo's owner know. Miss? Do you miss? Oh, this is going to break my heart. They text Boo Boo's owner and say, hey, we're going to pack Boo Boo up and send him back to you. They get no reply, but they're like, that's okay. They're probably busy. We'll still pack him up and send him back.
No, he was homesick.
2 weeks after they shipped Boo Boo home, they received a package in the mail. It is Boo Boo. And with it came, and this was sent to me along with Boo Boo, the label that they had originally sent said deceased, return to sender.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh,
Boo
this
Boo's
is heartbreaking.
owner passed away. And Boo Boo knew. That's why Boo Boo was so sad. Like,
Yeah.
Boo Boo knew before the owner even passed away that he cannot go home.
Oh my gosh.
So Michelle had reached out to
Heartbreaking.
the owner's family, and the son basically informed them that yes, like he had passed away, and was like, you can keep Boo Boo.
Boo boo.
Why are you asking? Brandy.
You want some brandy? Well, so then I don't know Boo Boo's owner's name, but was it Arthur? And
Recently deceased.
recently deceased.
Can you show me that shipping label? Let's see if I can try to read the
Farther.
Farther?
that was blacked out. Here, hold on. Can I take it out of this?
Mhm.
We're gonna do some investigating right now.
I also haven't looked at this. There's like another little note or something.
Garden.
You like a garden?
Here, where's the?
Wait, this is really sweet. This note is from Michelle, and it says, Dear Sabrina, my team and I were saddened to hear of Boo Boo's original's owner's passing. He was a dear friend to us, but at the same time, we're so happy that Boo Boo has found a new loving home with you. Before placing him for adoption, we asked the spirit if he wished to remain with us at Haunted Dollhouse, and on the Ouija board he wrote, I have a new home waiting for me.
That's so cute.
We held on to him for 4 months after that, just in case the family...
Not.
Do not? You do not have a home waiting for you? Do. We held on to Boo Boo for 4 months after that, just in case a family member reached out wanting him. But that's when we put him up for adoption. And after you purchased Boo Boo, we asked him if your home was the one he'd been waiting for. And he wrote, yes. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.
Wait, that is so sweet. Now you have to have him forever.
Boo Boo, you're my Boo Boo forever. You're really investigating over there.
Yeah, so it's hard because I've made out the last name, but I don't want to say the last name. I'm just trying to figure out the first name. I think it might start with H. So I'm like, is it Henry? But there looks like there's L's in there. Well, I did my best. I can't fully get it, but maybe Boo Boo will tell us.
The fact that I didn't read this, the fact that the board wrote yes, that I was the one that he was waiting
In
for.
another place.
In another place. Yeah, you are in a new place. So Boo Boo does have a very sad story, but I wanted to take a moment and see if Boo Boo, do you have anything you want to share with us? You can communicate through GhostTube, or you can also touch the ball here on the table, or you can touch my shoulder. Are you communicating through Corinne's hungry stomach?
I know. Now I'm like looking at the tracking number. Like I'm really trying to figure out who Boo Boo's person was.
Was Arthur your previous owner? And it's okay if you got camera shy, spotlight shy. Would you like us to focus on another object? While you were gone, someone said that they wanted to talk.
Oh,
And I don't know who.
well, I think that someone also finds me annoying and wants me to stop talking. And when you said like when we talked to you, and that was like you, like just when you
I
talked
didn't
to
even
them,
notice that.
I think that it's supposed to just be you and them. I'm the third party here.
This is 5 ghosts, 2 girls.
Yeah, they're like, let's make this lady over here feel like she's gonna faint, like she's dipped in ice cold ocean, and get her out of here.
All right, Boo Boo. Any last words? I'm not last words. You can communicate. Sorry. Also, the part of the proceeds of purchasing Boo Boo went to the family to help pay for the owner's funeral. Which I think
That's
is
so
very,
sweet.
very sweet.
That's really, really nice.
So highly
Look over here.
look over here.
Clockwise.
Clockwise. Move clockwise. Wait, going clockwise would be this way.
Look over here. Tell us when to
Yeah, tell us
stop.
when to stop. I can't move my head even further. Are we looking in the right place?
All right,
We
well,
don't know.
welcome, Boo Boo. We're excited to share this space with you.
Yeah. And you're welcome to communicate again through my dreams, but Please don't feed off my energy or drain me. I hardly have enough for myself. Okay. Boo Boo, I'm going to swap you out with the ghost cat, but you'll remain here next to me.
I'm above. Familiar.
Am I your new familiar? Are you my new familiar?
So, I guess.
Are you this familiar person too?
Or we're moving to the cat. Is the cat a familiar? I'll put the cat next to the cat toy. Okay. We don't know very much about this cat.
No, it was handed over to you at
In a
meet and
plastic
greet.
bag.
Someone
Like
was
a
like,
Ziploc
I have
bag.
a haunted object for you, and handed over this cat.
Yeah. Don't know the name, don't know the history, just what Corinne said is all we know.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what they knew too. I think they
Right.
just like acquired a haunted cat and then passed it on to you.
I think that they did say that it had like knocked things over and had very cat-like behavior, which is
Mhm.
why they thought it was a cat. I've had it now in my possession for 2+ years and have had nothing happen.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you the spotlight, kitty cat, meow meow. Oh my gosh, actually I heard this story that one of my sister's best friends from college, her name's Julie, used to like sign off all of her like messages and stuff saying XOXO, kitty kitty, meow meow.
Wait, bring that back. I actually love that. That feels
kitty
like,
kitty, meow meow.
like your favorite like cool girl influencer who can get away with saying stuff that is just like kind of ridiculous,
Oh, she's
but it's like
hilarious.
the signature.
Yeah.
And so kitty kitty meow
Grandmother.
meow.
Grandmother.
Was
I
your
wonder-
grandma super cool too?
Or did this belong to someone's grandmother?
Oh, probably. Probably. It kind of looks like a grandmother figurine,
It does.
right? Like a
Little
trinket.
tchotchke.
Yeah. I do wonder if our listener who gave it to you, if they had a cat. Because now I'm wondering, because like you have Leia, and then you also frequently foster. So I'm wondering if there's just like too much cat energy.
There's a lot of cat energy.
Abused.
What did it say? Oh, no.
Abused.
I'm sorry.
Devil.
Okay.
I can't talk.
Who's trying? I wish Ooh, which one's trying to talk?
I know. This is where it'll be a little bit easier when we give them all spotlights.
Yeah. Per episode.
This is kind of a chaotic
Elderly.
episode.
Elderly. We're going grandmother and
Elderly,
elderly.
grandmother. Abused by the devil. And she cannot talk.
Was she a very religious grandmother?
Younger.
You're younger than a grandmother? No, I'm feeling a little like
I know.
Front.
My mouth is itchy, like my skin, like I feel like I'm having an allergic reaction.
Wait, I was gonna say my throat feels really weird.
Yeah. Strange.
It's not easy.
Yeah. I know. We're sorry. It's not easy. Is it? I guess I don't know how to get an answer. Will we bring out the dowsing rods again?
Yeah.
Can we ask like
Okay. We
If-
have dowsing rods, and I'm just going to give you instructions
Oh,
on the
just
dowsing
bent.
rods.
bent top
Oh! Sorry about that.
children? I feel like whatever spirit is coming through, it feels like it's one. A lot of the language seems very similar.
Okay, well, you can use these dowsing rods. We'll ask you yes or no questions. And I'm just going to give you instructions to cross them like this if you want to say yes. If you want to say no, turn them away from one another. Instead of you deciding, I'll decide for all of us.
Goodbye.
Okay, if you don't want to communicate, you don't have to. Is there a spirit that is not the cat and not Boo Boo that wants to communicate? Also, I put fake nails on, and then I feel like I'm like
They look
Speaking
so
with my
nice.
hands
I
so
didn't
much
realize they
more.
were fake.
I
I
have
thought
a
like
new.
you had them put on.
This is kitty kitty meow meow persona. Like I
That
feel
is
very
kitty kitty meow meow.
clickety clackety.
If you would like to
Silly.
adopt
That was
silly.
silly. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so silly.
If you would like to adopt Sabrina as your haunted person, will you give us a yes or a no? Do you want to try these? I feel like sometimes when they're trying to communicate to a certain person, like there's been investigations where like I haven't had
I'm
anything,
close.
but other people have, and vice versa.
It's so funny because the way they were so still in your hands,
Yeah,
it was almost like something was rejecting
me.
moving them. Okay. What were you asking?
If they wanted to adopt you,
Do you love me? Yes or no?
they're wildly erect. Like they are so
Why
straight.
are dowling rods so sexual? Yeah, they're like it's so weird.
Because normally they're kind of like flimsy, you know. Where
Like I feel I've never dowsing rods like usually like look, they should be flimsy floopy. They're easy to move. Woohoo! Okay. But when we're holding them to communicate, they almost feel like they're broken, like they don't move.
I know.
I know. It just said I know.
I'm watching you.
You're watching us? The spirits don't want to use the dowsing rod. We respect that. That's fine. I feel like there's some grandmother energy coming from this cat.
I can't leave. Angel.
You don't have to leave. And yeah, there is angel energy in this room.
Has Alara spoken to you yet? I feel like you've had her for a while. And there's some stuff where you're like, was that Alara?
Alara and I did have like a one-on-one chat because Alara is the first haunted object I purchased for myself. And so I like really wanted Closed. We'll close the session with little kitty meow meow. I'm going to text Julie and let her know that I've adopted her phrasing. Why don't we move on to Alara?
Can you hear?
We can hear. We can hear if you communicate through GhostTube. But let's move on to Alara. So
Alara was one of the haunted objects, the only haunted object that was actually acquired from our original list.
yes.
I do wonder about Pip and Zip sometimes. Pip and Zip were one of our options, and then they got snatched pretty quick.
I think someone on our Patreon swooped in. I really
We're not
do.
mad at you. We just want you to tell us that you did.
And tell us about them.
Tell us, like, has anything happened with Pip and Zip? Give a highlight. A highlight of your own haunted
Highlight reel of Pip and Zip.
Yeah. Like, truly, we're not mad.
No, not at all. Like, you guys should, if you're called to take anything that belongs to us,
Tell us and we will send it to
what
you.
is this? Living room?
Not my living room.
This does feel like a living room.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
With rug and couches.
And lights and cameras in action. Okay, so Alara, I'll tell you the story that was listed on the Etsy site when I purchased her from Spirit to Spirits for sale by Jasper, again on Etsy. But the listing said problem solver, gives results and resolutions to her keeper. Meet our lovely spirit Alara. Paranormal presence is unmistakable. This is the description that came with her. There is a heavy sorrow woven deep into her spirit, but it is not the kind that lingers in darkness. It is the kind that teaches, that heals, and mends what is broken. Her name is Alara, and she once walked this earth as a woman of grace and strength, caught in a tragic feud that was never meant to end in blood. At just 30 years old, her life was stolen by the very person who should have stood by her side, her very own brother. Their family estate, a grand ancestral home filled with whispered history, became the battleground of their final fateful argument. And I could see during readings what should have been a moment of resolution turned into a moment of despair, and Alara found herself bound to the veil, unable to move forward until she could.
What is the date?
Today that we're recording is September 9th, 2025. This episode comes out October 7th, 2025. What year do you think it is? What year do you come from? You don't have the time.
Or are they just, is there another object wondering about
Very
it?
much.
Very much. Like, what's the date of all of this happening to Alara?
We don't know. Alara's spirit is filled with love. She does not carry resentment or seek revenge. She has an unshakable desire to bring peace where there's discord. Yeah, are we talking? You like what we're saying about you? One of her paranormal abilities is connection to dreams. She will visit her keeper, showing glimpses of the
Mad.
future. You're mad? It's okay. You're
You're welcome.
I don't know who's communicating.
I know, it's so interesting because it's like with GhostTube,
Something's
we've
so
been
rare.
places where it's been so
Please
silent.
go.
Sorry again for
Yeah,
talking.
why are they
He.
so mean to you?
I'm not
nice
allowed
to
to talk.
Corinne.
I'm not allowed to talk today.
I really don't want
Every
you to
time
talk.
I talk, it's like, no, enough. Annoying.
Corinne is my other half, so we're gonna be nice to her. Okay, that's my boundary. She
I'll let Sabrina take the wheel. Drive.
Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, yeah. So she visits in dreams. She shows glimpses of the future, helps unravel problems, and offers guidance through symbols and feelings.
Go away.
Okay, now that's to me. We can't go away because this is our business. If you do not
Where are
want,
we?
You're at my home.
yes, this is the Two Girls One Goes podcast studio. If you feel uncomfortable and if you don't want to be here, I can put you away, or you can also just disassociate for a couple minutes.
Reasoned.
Is that good reasoning? Okay. Shake on it. Good deal. She also comes with the scent of peppermint when there's no source. I have not smelled peppermint at all.
Mm.
She likes to communicate through all types of divination tools, pendulums, dowsing rods, spirit apps, but she also favors flame candles. So, Alara,
Oh.
we do have many candles here.
And it was my idea to light them today.
Oh, my butt just shook. Like
I
it
don't know.
like literally felt like a rumbling through the seat.
Ooh, it's kind of wild how much I wish So like with equipment, like there's proof, right? But like I
Yeah.
wish there was some way to like
Device.
actually
Device.
give proof of what we're feeling.
I know. A 4D experience where you listen.
Pathetic.
Prophetic or poetic?
I think it said pathetic.
I was like prophetic, poetic. No,
Pathetic.
pathetic. Okay, well, I don't think this is a lot. Okay, this is interesting. I do feel like when we spoke to Boo Boo, it felt like a different type of
Incorrect.
communication. When we spoke to the cat, it was very specific, like grandmother, energy, children, that type of
Mhm.
communication. This feels very different. I don't know who's communicating with us. I don't think it's Alara, but it does feel like a different energy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like also what I'm experiencing is so weird because it keeps coming in waves. Like I'll be totally fine
Love it.
for a few minutes, and then again I'll just be like freezing cold, feel like I'm gonna faint, immense pressure on my head, behind my right eye, feeling like something's touching the back of my head. It's bizarre. It's like, but maybe that makes sense because maybe they're all kind of like
There's a lot going on.
fighting for this
Yeah.
space. Sorry, guys.
Well, that's a little bit about Alara. I basically welcomed her into my home, and she didn't seem like we had a little bit of communication, but it didn't seem like she was ready or comfortable yet to fully communicate. And I haven't had any experiences with her. I do like say hello, good morning, goodbye every time I leave the house to Alara. Leia does like her. Leia will sit on the couch
Looking
next to
for
her.
me?
I don't know. Are we looking for you? But that's
Oh, that's
Alara.
really sweet.
We
And then
can decide what
behind-
episode to have her on.
Yeah, I guess like based on maybe some of their own traumas and experiences, we can make sure that they're not present for ones that feel too close to home for
I
them.
agree.
Just to let them not be maybe
Or
re-triggered.
traumatized.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't think we should have Lily be in one that's too scary.
Right. Since she seems to be a welcoming vessel.
Yeah.
Just here to see what comes.
Yeah.
Today we helped a
Latte for Sam?
coffee shop get an insurance quote simply and easily, and made sure a floral delivery van was able to make someone's day. We're the Hartford, with decades of experience insuring millions of unique small businesses. When it comes to your small business insurance,
Thank you.
one size absolutely does not fit all. Get a quote or find an agent today at thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
This world has died. I've done a ton of research on this and discovered you.
This is crazy, right?
Focus Features presents Begonia.
You're in an echo chamber.
What you are.
Elian fell.
This fall,
We have 4 days to save Earth.
when the clock runs out,
If you let me go, I have information you need.
You're not in control. We are.
Begonia, there are 117 million people out there. Not playing in select theaters. In theaters everywhere, October 31st.
Okay. The at-home electroshock box.
Shall I move, Alara? Am I
Yeah. Do you want me to?
able to
wanna
touch
give it
you?
You can touch her. You want to give her to me?
Yeah.
Alara's beautiful. Mama heart. She's beautiful.
Okay, we have this box. Wow, this is heavy.
Oh, it's heavy. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
you've
That's
heard
probably like a good 10, 15 pounds.
you've heard of shock therapy. Have you heard of doing it at home? Will you hand it to me? I will
Yeah.
open
Open
it.
it.
Oh, okay. There's two
Gate.
the gate.
Open the gate and see what's inside.
There's literally the nodules.
Oh,
They're
that
like-
does not
and
make
you-
me feel good.
Look at them. They're
Is this why my brain has been hurting so much? And I keep feeling in different spots?
could be.
Ooh. And then my whole body gets cold like after the shock.
Oh, maybe that's why like my lower body vibrated.
Just vibrated. Are we feeling this specific box?
We could be.
Ghost Tube's being awfully quiet.
So these are like the electrical wires.
I'm following you.
You have been following me because I brought you with me. Technically, I've been following you.
Where are you?
Living room.
So this is called
Keys.
the new number 4 DD home medical apparatus with Mesco dry cell battery.
I'm above.
So this isn't for at-home care.
Yeah. Smells.
It does.
I
I
just
can
got like
smell
a
it
whiff
over
of it.
here.
So this is like the bottom where this is the manual, electrotherapeutic handbook, and this is like the machinery. I don't know if you can see.
I'm behind you.
Okay, hello.
Goodbye.
And do we know anything about who
So
owned this?
it didn't come with any of that information. Again,
I found this at the Salem flea
Running.
market. So I've set it up here so you can see, and then also you can see it on the GhostTube camera. But yeah, it didn't come with any history of who owned it, where it came from, or anything. It just had a price tag and a little thing that said at-home electroshock therapy from 1920s. It comes with this handbook, which you guys, this is very real and existed. And I know electroshock has come a really, really long way. The way that I think we view it sometimes is in like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Very
Well, because a lot of people in the past were not willing and consenting participants, and it was used on a lot of patients that didn't need it and
Yes.
in many abusive ways. So
Yes.
now people opt in, and we know people who've benefited from it.
yes,
Modern day.
but it's controlled in a way that's very different. Like it's not
Yes.
just like plug in a car battery and highest voltage. No, there's more method to it.
Mhm.
But this handbook says it's full of directions for home treatment of nearly all diseases that can be cured or relieved by the application of electricity. And they mean all diseases. It said the general is to treat diseases of an inflammatory nature and fevers with positive pull. For example, swellings, bruises, sprains, and extraneous growths in enlarged glands. Basically, they were like, you got anything wrong with you? Well, apply
Shock it out of
electricity.
you.
Yeah.
Although, like, I do understand a little bit the mindset, because I feel like I myself almost have the mindset where I'm like, if I could just land a box of bees, I'd be cured of everything.
Yeah. I mean, but
It was the vibrations.
yeah, what are those like vibration plates
Yeah.
that people are doing?
Well, that's kind of like when we get our aura photographed.
Yeah, but there's like those at-home ones where you're supposed to spend like 10 minutes a day standing on the vibration plates. Have you not seen these?
Oh.
I think for some reason I think Jerry got one.
Did she?
Am I making this up? I might.
I have
be.
no idea.
I don't know.
I
Why
have seen that where people are getting jiggled
Yeah.
and they're like, I feel so much better. But I
I've
thought it
also
was
heard
just like
people-
a TikTok.
I've also heard people if you're backed up,
Jiggles the
jiggle it out, jiggle the poop
Oh,
out.
interesting.
But this is like, use it for gout, use it for fever, use it for scarlet fever, use it for deafness. Like, come on, bladder.
Literally everything.
You
Here's
guys,
the thing. If this thing worked, we would know by now.
right? But so
41.
41.
Did it work only 41 times?
Well, so when I did use GhostTube with this, and I'm pretty sure I did it on YouTube. It's like a live stream that I did. I had purchased a bunch of things from the Salem flea market, but this was the most active. And we came to believe we were communicating with a female spirit they clarified it wasn't like a husband, but it was a loved one. Someone familial used this on them. And so there was a lot of, I think, trauma. I don't know if it was necessarily her active energy, but there was some type of shadow or like piece of her
Masculine.
to this. Masculine. Is there a masculine energy in here that you don't like?
Or maybe that's who was doing this.
Yeah.
And then it makes me think back to the ghost tube earlier when it was saying like an elderly woman, like a grandma.
Mm. But so she did say that she was like in her 20s or 30s. I think she
Okay.
said a specific number. By the end of that live that we did, we basically came to some type of conclusion. Of course, conclusion is not definitive. That yes, it was a youngish woman who has some trauma associated with this, but she felt very like wanted.
Up here. How does it work?
How does this work?
I wonder if someone else is now curious about the machine.
Yeah.
Because so after that conversation, I felt a lightness come off of me as we were having that conversation with
Mhm.
whatever spirit was attached to this, almost like we released something. And I told her, or the spirit, I was like, I will put you on my shelf. Like, is there anything you want? And it said doll. And I had bought a doll reader magazine from the same
Front.
flea market at the same time.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'll put the doll magazine behind you. I've had nothing happen. I've never gotten bad energy, but like truly I felt a weight lift off of me and the environment when that was happening.
So
So I don't know if this is necessarily haunted anymore.
maybe you just needed a story to be told.
Looking for me?
We've heard looking for me a
Maybe.
couple of times.
I
just got, like, my throat started feeling weird again.
Box.
Box. Are you curious about the box? I feel like they're curious about it. Whoever's here. is
And
very
we're curious
interested.
about one another.
Yeah.
Asking questions about each other's story,
Yeah.
like as we're talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like, what was the date?
We're having a spooky tea party right now.
Yeah.
Closet
Everyone
party.
go around and share one fun fact about yourself.
Who else can wiggle their ears like me?
Who grew up in the haunted house.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about that. Is there anything attached to the box that, or the shock system, that would like to communicate with us? I just got like, it's almost like that feeling of dust.
Yeah. And I just got, at the exact same time that happened, like cold all through my bodies into my toes. And that doesn't happen with my
bodies.
feet into my body.
Your multiple bodies.
Oh, guys, I don't know. Is something inhabiting me? Why did I say that?
Choked.
As I go,
And as I said, my throat.
yeah.
Holly.
I gotta grab out my crystal that I put into my bra.
I was like, what are you doing in there? Fishing? Caught a rock. And now we'll move on to Lily. Lily, I don't know you. You don't know me.
And we don't know if anything is within you. Because it sounds kind of like you're a vessel, but then also
Yeah.
that you are someone.
So Lily, like I said again, you can purchase Lily on the U.S. Ghost Adventures website. I'm just going to key. I'm going to read a little bit that they have on the website about Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Historians have tracked Lily's origins to the early 1600s, unearthing reports of occult practices, pagan rituals, warding rites imported from Europe by the Dutch. Is it regret? Imported from Europe by the Dutch colonists of Lower Manhattan. Handmade figurines like Lily were left. I thought it said dizzy because I truly started shaking.
All right.
You okay?
Yeah.
You just stay like that?
Not for the faint of heart.
It's a hard time.
It is.
It's a hard knock life for us. So handmade figurines like Lily were left out to frighten off local spirits and the New World ghosts, an archaic custom dating back to the Vikings and Romans. The conquerors of foreign lands brought a piece of their folklore as protection. So the original Lily was delivered to a paranormal research group from its owner, who stated, "I found her outside my door one morning with a note that said," understanding. Yeah, we're trying to understand your story, Lily. "With a note that said to not put her by mirrors or in the same room I sleep in. I gave her a flashlight so she could drain the batteries, but instead she made my lights flicker at night. My cat would not go near her and my dog would just stare. At times I would be woken up from a dead sleep smelling burnt toast or sometimes a sweet fruity smell. Her favorite color is red, and that is all I know." So, upon further research, it was discovered that this doll was crafted to mimic the infamous Elizabeth Bathory de East, a noblewoman condemned in the 1600s for killing over 650 people, becoming known as the Blood Countess and Countess Dracula, which I think we're covering this case on Crimes Of.
Oh, shit.
It's in our season 2 of Crimes Of list.
Here we go. I'm wearing the sweatshirt. Crime House.
Yeah.
Check out Crimes Of, our true crime
Our
podcast.
other show.
Their show where there are not haunted objects on the set.
Well, we might bring her for that episode then.
Ooh.
But Lily is the perfect addition to your Halloween season. She can protect your home and also makes an excellent gift for anyone who loves spooky items and collectibles. You can use Lily to ward off other ghosts and ghouls around Halloween. And if you want to do something outside of the spirit box this Christmas, replace your elf on the shelf with Lily, host a ghost. That's a fun Halloween tradition.
It is.
You can put Lily on a porch, hang her on a door. You want it? Who wants it? You want Lily?
For this tradition.
I'm
to
really
come
like
every
her right
October. Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm having a hard time reading this.
It makes me nervous too, because it's like, this is a mass-produced item, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's the intention behind the mass-produced item and like why it's here and what it can do. And it's hard because it's like Lily was made to ward off malevolent forces in October, but it's also like, well, she's also a powerful
I want you to go.
amulet.
I want you to go.
I can't even talk. And it's like,
Well, it doesn't want you to anyway. Who is being mean to Corinne? I want to know.
literally, I feel like I've said like 30 words this episode.
I know, I'm talking so much.
No, I can't hear
You're not
word.
allowed.
I'm not allowed.
Who doesn't like Corinne?
Raise your hand if you don't like
Let's
me.
have therapy. Let's talk about it.
I changed my Instagram bio to recommended by 4 out of 5 ghosts.
Corinne's hilarious. How could you
Someone
not
who
like
doesn't
her?
like me.
Corinne's got zingers. How could you not like her? She makes me laugh. Oh, I love you.
Rough audience here.
Yeah. Okay, so you can do a bunch of different things with
Glove.
Lily. Glove? The glove on. But yeah, so I don't know if anything's attached to Lily. It could very much just be we'll find out. Or, you know what? Lily is a doll for our haunted objects.
Mhm.
So there's different ways that they recommend you can use Lily. Every Lily doll is different and comes with its own personality. It's essential to become familiar with your Lily doll
Indignant.
so you can properly display and care for her as she expects. You can use her to ward off ghosts. She likes music and likes to feel included and participate. Welcome to participate. She likes to be the center of things. Maybe that's why she keeps telling you to stop talking.
It's here.
It's here.
Your moment to shine.
Take photos with your Lily, post them to your social networks, or is that US Ghost Adventures being like, hey, advertise our doll, which, hey, we're doing right now. During Halloween, when the nights become long and frightening, Lily likes to come out and play. Take your Lily out with you. Take her in your car around town, shopping, and even to the movies.
The new Labubu.
Janitor.
Lily isn't just a doll. She's a supernatural figure and powerful magic charm crafted to keep away dark forces and to stop malicious entities from entering your home. For centuries, Lily and dolls of her kind have been used to stop ill omens and counteract the evil intentions of others. Because of her power, Lily should be treated with the utmost care. Let Lily inspire you, protect you, and even scare you, but always respect her.
I feel like I
You
just had
can't
some.
understand. Why did you come?
I just tried to start talking, so. But I feel like
Why
my
did you
cheeks
come to
like
your own house?
puckered. Like I felt like I had sour candy.
Which you did move her candy.
Oh, I am so sorry. I thought, I'll be honest, I thought that this was an eraser that came just like as a little tchotchke with. So I didn't realize this was your candy. Would you like it back? There you go.
Those are our objects for the month of October.
Stay tuned.
It will be interesting to see what episode and what object doesn't want you to talk, because then we'll be able to come back to this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not your episode.
It's gonna be. You're gonna sabotage Sometimes. It's okay. I understand.
Let us know what you all think of our haunted objects and their stories, and wish us luck going into this month. Ringing.
That was just like pain in my ear.
This Gregory. Your body's making weird noises. It like
I
squeaked.
know. There's something trying to enter all my orifices.
Good luck to us and good luck to you. And stay safe out there. Let us know if you noticed anything that we didn't.
Harry.
Recording. I did shave my legs, so I'm not Harry today. Thank you very much. I think it was spelling out the name Harry, but that's okay.
Speak.
Me.
Your turn.
I'll do our sign off. Thank you to Jamie Ryan for editing and producing our
Please come
podcast.
back.
You guys all can come back. We're gonna give you moments to come back.
And one of you is going to get the spotlight again in just a few minutes when we record the next episode after I take a break to recover a little bit. Yeah, after we take some space. But we love all of you, and we will see you on the other side.
Guilt.
Do you have guilt for being mean to Corinne?
You know that first sip of a perfect Shake Shack shake? Hand spun to order, real custard, real flavor, and it feels like suddenly the clouds part? Well, now they are just $5 in the Shack app. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, coffee, black and white, cookies and cream. The classics that never miss. Because a little sweetness always brings a brighter day. In the Shack app. Shake Shack. Exclusions apply.
I feel like these days life is very, very busy and it's hard to make time for yourself, which is why Hers is here to support you on your weight loss journey.
Hers is transformative healthcare by providing access to weight loss treatment plans for any budget, and they connect you with a medical provider who will work with you to figure out a plan that best suits you specifically.
And I do know a lot of people in my life who have been working with Hers, especially like in their older age, because I want to make sure that their joints supported well and making sure that for their health is the best it could possibly be. And if you're prescribed, you get medication as a part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, complete with ongoing care. They have check-ins, dosage, and medication adjustments, so you're not left alone in this whole treatment. Hers provides you with a whole team to take care of you.
So whether you want to lose weight, or grow thicker, fuller hair, or just find relief from anxiety, Hers has you covered. So visit forhers.com/TGOG to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's FORHERS.com/TGOG, forhers.com/TGOG.
Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not approved or reviewed for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription is required. See website for full details, important safety information, and restrictions. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased.
Anyone can fall. Something special to be original. Which is why the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV arrives with new ways of surrounding your luxury, including the ultra-wide 48-inch panoramic display and the multi-sensory Lincoln Rejuvenate experience. A true original never stops evolving. So meet the 2025 Navigator, the original that's all new and fit of it. Learn more on Lincoln.com. Lincoln and Navigator are trademarks of Ford or its affiliates.
This is Two Girls, One Ghost.
I'm for sure gonna have to take my teeth out.
For you audio listeners out there, we are in costume again.
We are in costume. Oh my
Because
gosh.
it's that much closer to Halloween. Are you
Right.
okay? What's happening to your strings or your hair?
Well, my lady part or my male part was showing, so I had to pull down my.
Oh my gosh.
Well, not really. I'm wearing a
Schmeagle.
onesie. But yes, we are your ghostesses today. Your hosts are Schmeagle and Art the Clown.
Yeah.
And I am going to take my teeth out.
Not needed.
As contrary to this statement is going to be, I feel like I'm back in high school because I used to wear blue contacts.
You did?
Yeah.
You wore blue contacts in high school?
Yeah, because I wasn't together. No, but
Wow. I really learned something new about you all the time.
I wore blue contacts. Like literally the first day of high school, I wore blue contacts.
So people thought your eyes were blue and then
Yeah.
you just never stopped? Or did you switch it up?
No, I stopped eventually.
What was it like when you stopped? What did people say? Were they
Well,
shocked?
people knew that they weren't real. Like when they were like, "Oh my god, your eyes are like," I was like, "They're contacts." I didn't pretend.
Oh.
Like I did, unless you.
You didn't like crimp your hair and be like, no, my hair's just normally like this.
I probably did do that. Like I braided my hair and then I like let it out, and I was like, "Yeah, no, this is my hair natural."
yeah, this is natural.
But yes, we are here to share stories about our precious ghosts. Is this fun for you? Because it's fun for me.
I just love the like 4 strands of hair coming out of your.
I did this for you. You made a comment the other day about how you felt like you were Gollum because of the way your hair was growing back, and I kind of chuckled to myself. I was like, hee hee hee.
You know what's funny is we have both set each other's costumes in every single setting, basically.
When did I say Art? Well, that I was in love with him after Horror Nights.
Yes, I had already had this picked out. So you were talking about Art, and then I was going to dress as Ashby as the Lorax, and you were like, you pulled up a bunch of like transitions for us to try to make social media content, but it was all Ashby's Lorax videos.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I think I had like guessed Carrie for you.
Yeah, you did. Because I said that I was have a lot of blood.
Yeah. Somehow we have like kind of figured each other's out or just like name dropped
I did
each
not.
other's
I did not
costumes.
guess yours at all. Art, you look great.
Thanks. I think like somehow you knew because you have just said all of the names of my costumes. Minus that girl.
Poe is still hot to me.
Yeah. Poe was kind of crazy because you said that, and then I'm looking back at the video and I'm like, I look exactly like my Uncle Mikey, who's my dad's twin. So I was like, oh God. I looked like it was his haircut, it was his mustache.
Wait, he has a mustache like that and everything?
Yeah, I'll have to show you a picture of my Uncle Mike.
Does he look like he's from the Victorian era and a little ill?
Oh yeah, he's from northern New Hampshire, so
Same thing.
it's a little bit the
A
same.
little bit the same. Well, we are here to talk about ghost stories. Oh, sorry, I have to talk about my abs.
Okay. You didn't have to draw them on; they're already there.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to.
Yeah, that's
Dawn
just
is-
natural. Sabrina's actually naked.
I'm basically
now.
naked. Anyway, okay, last week I left you on a bit of a cliffhanger and we talked about a place oh so scary. But last week was just the beginning. This is the ramp up period we're about to get in. This is the Hinsdale House, part 2. And last week, we introduced the story of the Hinsdale house and the Dandy family, Clara, Phil, and their 4 children, Mike, Laura, Beth, and Mary, who thought they were moving into a countryside dream home. But instead, they walked into a nightmare. From the moment they arrived, the house turned on them. Infestations of bees, pets dying, countless car accidents and malfunctions. What began as an ominous cloud lurking outside of the home, chanting by the hanging tree, spectral beings by the pond, a haunted doll, apparitions beckoning from outside the windows, turned into a thick and heavy darkness inside of the home that even attempted to possess the children. Every blessing failed. Every attempt at peace only stirred the house further awake. Psychics whispered of mass murder buried beneath their land, of spirits clawing to be heard. And on October 21st, 1973, the house itself finally tried to kill. The story of the Hinsdale house is far from over. So this is part 2. We highly recommend, if you haven't yet, go listen to part 1. But we also recommend setting intentions and perhaps not listening in the car.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
No one listens to us, though. You say that, we say that.
And someone's like, turn volume up as they're
I listened
driving.
to the car, and then I got in a horrible car accident. 70 birds tried to pluck my eyes out when I tried to get out of the car. Great, thanks.
I don't know. Maybe just listen to us. Like, not just our podcast, but listen to our warning advice.
Right, yeah. And no other podcast out there is going to tell you either not to listen or not to listen in certain settings. People want your listenership.
Right.
But we, more than that, want you to be alive.
We want to protect you, keep you alive so that you can keep listening in the safety of your own home.
Yeah.
We'd rather you listen alive than dead.
Yeah, take a few steps to make sure that happens.
Also, we did forget, or I will say, I forgot the haunted object for today's episode. So we are the haunted objects.
Yes. Which is okay, because honestly, I feel like, I don't know that I was expecting to ship haunted objects, but I was expecting to be less bullied, personally.
Well, I will say, I feel like of the objects we used in the last couple of episodes, I feel like those were the most active ones, and we found out who didn't like you.
Right. So we can move on.
So, as I shared last week, after the psychic Alex came to the home, the Dandies were surprised that the house was actually pretty quiet for almost a month. And it was for the first time in a long time. They were like, we can finally breathe. But that peace provided a false sense of hope. And just as the family let their guard down, the spirits within attempted to take a life. It's October 21st, 1973, and Clara and Phil are startled by a very heavy knock on the door. They open the door to find a state trooper standing there, solemn. He informs them that their son Mike had been in a terrible car accident and was now unconscious in a hospital nearby. Terrified and in shock, Clara and Phil jump in the car and head to the hospital. And as they're heading down their driveway, they see Mike's car, meaning that he got in an accident right at the edge of the property. So he was so close to home.
Oh, I hate that, though. I will say statistically most accidents happen within a mile of your home.
That's true.
But in this case, there is a poltergeist that's been actively trying to kill this family for a long time.
Well, this is the first time it actually tries to kill them.
Maybe so blatantly.
Yeah, sure. But okay, so the car is leaning against a tree, literally at the edge of a 30-foot drop. So he could have fallen down a 30-foot drop. Mike was transferred to a hospital in Buffalo, and for days they really weren't sure if he would make it. Fortunately, they were able to stop internal bleeding, and slowly Mike regained consciousness. And when he did, the story he had to share about his accident was very intriguing and scary. He told police and his family that someone was in the car with him, which the police had already kind of assumed because in the car, and they had examined the crime scene basically, there was a head imprint on the passenger side door window. And Mike, and so the police.
Oh my gosh, I can't even picture that. Just a ghost sitting in the car, getting in an accident, and their head smacking the window. But
or were they looking in through the window?
Oh,
and caused the accident.
Yeah.
But so police,
because that's their sick pleasure is watching someone.
It's so scary.
Rocked in a car accident.
So police had prior to Mike regaining consciousness had actually looked to see if someone had gotten out of the car and stumbled off. But Clara knew what someone meant. It was not a living, breathing human someone. It was a ghost. Mike spent 2 weeks recovering in the hospital, and Phil and Clara are exhausted. They're taking shifts, so Phil will be at home with the other kids, and Clara will be at the hospital with Mike. And it is during one of these shifts where Phil is at home with the kids that he experiences something so unusual, and this is what makes me believe
there are aliens involved with this house.
What? This is such a twist. I mean, I guess
Well,
it's
we
not
talked
like
about
a
the
huge-
UFO in part one.
and
yeah.
had the comparison to the Conjuring house, but still, I feel like just it's always a twist in my mind when there's such heavy poltergeist activity and then there's aliens because I feel like it's just like how much more do you need?
Or are they the same? So Phil's trying to sleep on the couch when all of a sudden he sees 5 small men come out of a door that led to the closet. And they seem to be wearing Puritan-style clothing. But what really terrified him is what they said. These 5 men are standing there. And it's almost like they're not even looking at Phil. But they're standing there and discussing. They're like, should we wait? Or do we take him now? I hate that. Phil is paralyzed with fear until they simply just turn and leave through the closet door that they came in through. He's now able to move, and he has this sinking feeling that they weren't talking about Phil, but they were talking about Mike. That these entities, whatever they were trying to take Mike, and they were deciding whether or not to like fully kill him.
But it's also kind of like interesting that amongst their group that there's not a unanimous, like there's still people or like beings that are like, let's do it, and others that are like, well, let's wait.
It's so confusing. And sadly, Claire's in the hospital with Mike, and I guess another 16-year-old boy came in with like a really bad accident. And after Phil had this encounter, while Mike survived, this other kid died. Like literally the timing of it it's very, very sad.
Oh, I hate this.
But so Mike did live, and he was able to return home on November 3rd. But that week, when a couple of friends came to visit Mike, again, they're literally driving up the driveway towards the house. One of their friends goes into an uncontrollable skid in the exact same spot where Mike had his accident.
It's not like people were having accidents here all the time.
No, I mean,
Like, there's nothing new with the road.
Nope. There's a lot of car issues, but up until Mike's accident, there haven't been any like real danger physically in cars.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of weeks later, when Mike's friend, who's also named Mike, came to visit, something very strange happened. Child Mike Dandy, calls Clara downstairs because Mike N is acting really strangely. Mike N is standing, pounding on the door, the same door that those 5 men had come in and out of. And he's in like this trance, pounding on the door and saying, stop talking about me. Stop talking about me. I know you're talking about me. Everyone thought it was funny, but Clara didn't, because she knew about Phil's experience. She knew about those entities coming out of the closet talking about someone. So someone's like now in the house experiencing that while no one else is experiencing it around them. And he's
Which is so crazy to like have witnesses too of it.
Yeah.
That's always the thing that makes me scared in these stories, because I feel like so much of the tactics or like the initial move of a poltergeist is to isolate someone. But to be so strong and so brazen that you can just do it in front of others and be like, I still have the upper hand, even if they know everything that I'm doing.
It is very unsettling.
Yeah.
So then on the evening of November 24th, 1973, there is a second attempt to kill someone connected to the Dandy family. So as context, Beth had been dating a guy named Jeff for a very, very long time. But she broke up with him on November 11th. And Jeff obviously was like heartbroken, and he didn't want to break up with her, and he wanted to be with her forever. So on November 24th, when he got a new car, and he was like, I'm going to go drive this over and show Beth. And he's super excited. He like thinks she's going to love my car and get back with me. He got there November 24th. He shows off his new late model VW, and he goes home. But the next morning, the Dandys receive a phone call from Jeff's parents. On Jeff's drive home from the Dandy house, from the Hinsdale house, he had a really, really bad car accident. He skid off a bridge, hit a tree, and was thrown from the car. Doctors found multiple skull fractures and were very concerned he wasn't going to make it. Fortunately, he did survive, and a couple of weeks later, when the family visited him at home, Jeff confided in Clara that just before the accident, the windshield became covered by what he could only describe as like balloons, but every single one of them had a face. So like a bunch of faces
swarming. Just like mini faces.
So 2 attempted murders.
Oh, wow.
But the house was not done. So last week I talked about how when Laura left the house, the entities clearly wanted to find another vessel because Laura was briefly possessed, accusing people of things, which we don't know whether or not they happened, but she started speaking differently. She started saying that she thought she was going to die young and it didn't matter. Spirits wanted another vessel. And that is when they started knocking on Beth's window, literally.
And this starts getting worse and worse. These voices at her window were returning every single night. And at first, she couldn't tell what they were saying. She just could tell they were talking to her, but she didn't know what they were saying. But now they're saying her name. There's a man and a woman nightly standing outside of her window saying her name. And then Beth became what can only be described as possessed. It's December 8th, 1973. Mike and some of his friends were sleeping in the living room when all of a sudden, Beth, who had been sleeping in her own room, walks out of her room, glassy-eyed and in a trance. She doesn't acknowledge them. She walks straight into the kitchen and sits on the floor. Just sits there. Mike's like, okay, Beth's sleepwalking. So he like lightly...
Why would you think that after everything that's going on?
Because she's not doing anything other than sitting there, you know?
And I'm sure everyone's sleep deprived anyway from just like the horrors that persist.
So he gently brings her back to her bedroom. And a few minutes later, she walks back out, again, still glassy-eyed and in this trance. But this time, as she walks past everyone that's in the living room, she kicks every single one of them. Kicks them. And then she sits on the couch. She then reaches her hands out as if she's holding something. And she's like admiring it and cooing. And she's like, it's mine. It's all mine. Mama gave it to me. Isn't it precious? My precious.
This is very Gollum-like behavior right here.
It's so pretty.
Just kicking people and being like...
But she's saying this in a voice that's unlike her own. She then gets up and she moves to the bathroom and begins a motion that the boys can only describe as like kneading bread. And the bathroom did used to be the pantry in the home. So she's like kneading bread. Either way, odd. Then she starts going out the back door, which is when Mike is like, okay, she cannot go outside. If she is sleepwalking, like, let's keep her inside. And as they try to prevent her from going outside, she starts like fighting them, like determined to go outside. They were able to bring her back into the living room where they sat her down on the cot. And when they sat her down on this cot, this is a cot that they have used for years and years and years. Boys were sitting on it moments before. She just simply sits down on the cot and this thing, metal snaps, like breaks in half. Which they're
also,
like,
why did they want to? I mean, I guess they thought that she was sleepwalking a little bit, but I'm like, why bring her back inside? Like, perhaps being outside will disconnect her from whatever's going on.
No, I feel like you definitely don't want someone sleepwalking outside.
Let's follow her. That's what I was thinking.
No, I think they want to like bring her in and break her out of this trance.
Okay. Back to the haunted house we go.
At this point, Mike is now terrified and he goes to grab his mom and dad, Phil and Clara. So they all race down. They still find Beth in a daze. And what stands out to Clara is that Beth's eyes that are always brown, now they're blue, just like me.
This is the origin story of Smeagol.
Yep. So the next morning after everything, Beth wakes up. Her eyes are brown again. She's totally normal. She has no recollection of anything that happened. And so Clara's like, we need to take you to the doctor. Like, that was really, really weird.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the doctor told her to do?
Sleep.
Take antacid.
Okay.
Are you possessed? Take Tums.
Yeah, as keep your eyes from turning different colors.
Right.
How is that the solution for literally any of these symptoms?
It's not. Whatever is impacting Beth, it is clearly not acid reflux, and no doctor could have actually prescribed a remedy. So unfortunately, whatever this is, it fully had a grasp on Beth now, and by December 18th, 1973, and this is content warning for attempt at taking their own life, Beth supposedly tries to take her own life twice while in school. Again, she's in a daze. She tries to jump out the window in a bathroom, but someone stopped her. She then tried to strangle herself in the chorus room. And she's in a trance. Like, so every time someone stops her, she like comes out of it. She has no idea what's happening. And this is coming.
She has no recollection.
No
It's not
recollection.
like, oh my God, you saved me. It's just like, where am I?
Yeah.
What happened?
So this is becoming more and more common and more terrifying. One night, her eyes yet again turn blue, and she starts staring at the family members with all of these like horrifying, creepy, uneasy smiles. Like just in a weird trance. Ow, this hurts. I'm going to take my right ear off. Sorry. You can still see my left.
I hate that it's just sitting there on the table.
This is our haunted object for the episode. With my mouth. Me and my teeth. Okay.
My shiny teeth and me.
She's staring at everyone in the family with this like creepy, uneasy smile. And the only thing that worked to snap her out of these trances was breaking a capsule of ammonia under her nose. So like smelling salts, basically. Then came New Year's Eve and the kids asked to throw a party at the house. And so they spent the whole day decorating. But unfortunately, in preparation, Beth hurt her back. So Clara gave her a muscle relaxant and told her to go lay down on the couch with a heating pad.
Every pill except for what's needed. Right?
Well,
She hurt her back.
Yeah.
That was appropriate. Makes sense. She went.
I guess, but it's like, do you go straight to muscle relaxers like the second you hurt your back? You know, I'm not one to judge. I barely have an Advil when I have an excruciating headache. I probably should medicate myself more.
So Beth goes lay on the couch and she has the heating pad with her, but something took over Beth in that moment. It is creepier without your sunglasses.
I did a horrible job with my makeup, so I wanted to keep the sunglasses on the whole time, but they keep slipping.
No, your makeup looks so good. I don't know why you're being so mean to yourself.
It's not perfect.
We're literally just doing an episode of a podcast. It's okay. Something takes over Beth. So she's laying on the couch, and then Mike and like her siblings and Mike's friends come in, and Beth like sits up, and she starts like laughing this weird laugh. Oh, I had a piece of hair that was tucked behind my ear. Now it's coming forward.
Which is not
my
true.
brow.
Yeah. Columns. Did you have to buy a full wig to get?
I bought like extension pieces. So if you need gray hair extensions, got them. So she sits up and she begins laughing and she's like, and Mike's like, what is up with you? Beth tells him she took 10 muscle relaxants. So terrified that this was true, Mike runs to Clara and is like, Beth is saying that she took 10 muscle relaxants and they're terrified that this is possible. So they rush her to the hospital.
Yeah.
They had her stomach pumped, but there was no trace of drugs. Again, Clara knew something was off, not just because of Beth's behavior, but because her eyes, they're blue again.
What the fuck?
It's New Year's Eve, so Beth has to spend the night at the hospital. Clara, Mike, everyone goes home. Mike still has his like little New Year's Eve party with friends. And at midnight, instead of sharing a beautiful New Year's Eve kiss with her husband, she gets a phone call. And it's Beth in the hospital. And Beth is terrified. And she goes, Ma, what's happening? Why am I at the hospital? What happened? Like, she's really scared. She has no recollection. She tells,
so she's losing huge gaps of time.
Huge gaps of time.
And it's also weird that there were no drugs too, but she thought there were, or like at least the entity speaking through her said that. Because I'm like, what's the point? Is it just to like instill fear in everyone else?
See, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not sure. It almost feels like it's not a demonic possession, but like an entity of a spirit who used to live in the house, who is a teenager who's almost like acting out.
Yeah.
But so the last thing Beth could remember was taking the one muscle relaxant and going to lay on the couch with the heating pad. That's the last thing she could remember. That's hours and hours and hours of time gone. That night,
I do wonder if she'd ever taken, to just play the skeptic right now, or like the devil's advocate, if she'd ever taken a muscle relaxer before, if this was just like a weird adverse reaction.
But why would her eyes turn blue?
That, yeah, you're right. Okay, back to paranormal.
So that night, multiple other people at the Hinsdale house were attacked. One kid was driving home at the end of the party when his car skid, same spot as Mike's car accident, and he ran back to the house with a gash on his head. He had to get 6 stitches at the hospital. Another friend, Craig, decided to sleep over and was attacked in Mike's room. Like literally the furniture was being moved around the room and he was being pinned underneath it. So Beth's thing was definitely paranormal.
When was this again?
This is December 31st, 1973.
Yeah. So it's like people didn't really, because at this point I'm like, set up cameras, man. Capture this.
It's 1973. We don't have a Simply Safe.
I know.
So the next day, after hardly sleeping, the family went to go pick Beth up from the hospital. And the doctor confirms. He's like, there are no drugs in Beth's system. Like, she's okay. But then he like gets this weird look on his face. And he goes, are you sure this is the same girl I treated last night? And Clara's like, what do you mean? And he's like, this is going to sound really odd, but I remember the girl I treated last night had these really blue, piercing eyes. But Beth has brown eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And in the morning, when the doctor's with Beth, she has brown eyes. But he remembers.
What if she has a secret evil twin who lives in the walls of the house and comes out and possesses her from time to time?
I mean, that's basically what's happening.
Yeah.
It's just not her twin. So Clara and the doctor end up discussing some of the unusual things that were happening in the home. And the doctor's like, I mean, sell the house, right? And Clara's like, well, do you want to buy a house? Do you want to buy it? And the doctor's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Because Clara and Phil had been trying to sell the house actively for the years that this has been happening.
Okay.
Yeah. A couple nights later, Clara decides to sleep in Beth's room to see if she could hear the voices that Beth was hearing. And sure enough, immediately after like putting her head down on the pillow trying to sleep, she hears both the male and the woman standing outside at the window. And what they said sent chills down her spine. The male voice said, well, what will we do now? She's taking her to the doctor. The woman's voice responded, I don't know. It's easier when she's sick.
What's easier?
Possessing her?
But for what reason?
I have no
Just
idea.
this man and this woman?
I have no idea.
And if it's aliens, it makes me think like there's some vessel or test or something growing in her.
I have no idea. So for the beginning of 1974, the hauntings continued, but they were just the steady, constant, like the knocks, the voices, apparitions. The violence seemed to subside for now. They're still trying to sell the house. They're trying to do everything they can. But it does seem like the really like terrifying stuff calms again, which is this is what the house does, where like it goes through these phases where like the knocks and stuff don't seem so bad after something terrible happened. You're like, we can live with this. So Alex T, the psychic, who had actually his presence kind of did help things settle down for a month. He sends a little like lock of his hair on a bracelet because he's like, I can't be there, but maybe like something from me can help ease things.
That's so, yeah. I mean, that's really nice of him, but I also feel like it's so daring to just like send a piece of you off, not knowing exactly how it might be used too.
But it worked. So Beth,
what is with this guy?
Beth wore it around her wrist, like she had like a bracelet.
Yeah.
And it truly, like after she put it on, she was pretty much fine. October really brings it all, doesn't it? Halloween parties, game day tailgates, those perfect crisp fall nights, and Total Wine & More is here for every single one. Whether you're inviting friends over for a spooky movie marathon or just savoring the cool fall air on your patio, you'll find exactly what you need. Thousands of wines, spirits, and beers, all at the lowest prices. Mixing up something spooky? Total Wine & More is your cocktail central for all your Halloween concoctions. Need help picking the perfect pumpkin spice liqueur or figuring out what pairs best with chili night? Their friendly guys have you covered. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find only at Total Wine & More. Curbside pickup and delivery available in most areas. Just check out TotalWine.com for details. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
Do you ever feel like the world around us and scrolling headlines is just a way to raise our blood pressure right now?
Yeah, all the time. And that is where IndaCloud comes in. IndaCloud is a fully legal online dispensary. No cards, no dispensary runs, no mystery gummies from a friend's cousin. And they've already delivered over 10 million gummies, mountains of flour, and enough pre-rolls to get through another election season.
Plus, every product is tested in DEA certified labs and shipped straight to your door discreetly, which is so convenient. As someone who loves convenience and delivery to my door, it does everything I want it to. And then it helps me get a nice little calm going, get me relaxed and eased into a slumber.
And I think a lot of people will agree with you, Sabrina, and that is why more than 50,000 customers already trust IndaCloud to keep their buzz hassle-free. If you're 21 or older, head to indacloud.co, use code TGOG for 30% off your first order, plus free shipping. That's indacloud.co, code TGOG, 30% off, free shipping, and less stress delivered to your door.
Support the show by filling out their quick survey when you order, and thank IndaCloud for making the news cycle just a little easier to handle. Don't forget, please enjoy responsibly.
So Clara still wants answers, obviously. She's like, what the heck is happening in this house? She tried to redecorate and bring color into the house. She's like, maybe I'll like make a sunny disposition inside and the spirits will go away. And then a couple of other psychics came by. There's this one couple called Paul and Peggy. They too knew nothing of the house prior to coming in, supposedly. And Peggy described seeing two spirits in the living room. A woman with a long skirt who seemed very angry, and a man who was blind. Paul then asked, who's Anna? Because he could see someone standing under the pine tree calling Anna or Mama. Clara didn't know who that was, but she did find out much later that the daughter of the first owners of the house, her name was Anna. In April of 1974, Alex informed the Dandies that he had found a team to sponsor a full-on investigation of the house. And with their permission, he was going to come film a documentary. Mm-hmm. So on April 13th, Alex and this whole crew came to the house. And I think this is interesting. I also don't know how Alex didn't end up looking like me right now after this, because they take a lock of his hair and tape it to like basically every piece of equipment they set up in the house.
So, wow. I wonder how long this guy's hair was.
Right.
Yeah. Like, what if he had like a military cut?
I
or
don't know.
Sprinkling
just like one piece of hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the
Like scrubbing
time to just, like,
tweezers.
keep shaving your head. Use it as like a little Salt and pepper shaker.
Your own little sage. So during filming, Alex wanted to spend some time in Mary's bedroom since it had been the site of so much activity, and basically for the last 2 years now, it's been locked up. While he's there, he picks up on the energy of a spirit, and he felt like it was a young woman who had died in the room and actually spent a long time locked up in the room prior to dying. While communicating with this spirit, Alex got a burn mark on his back, which was the exact same shape and size of the burn mark that Beth, Mike, and the curtains had all experienced back in 1972. During one interview, a camera light exploded and nearly fell, hitting them. When they examined this camera, they realized they missed one piece of equipment when they went around putting Alex's hair on everything. This one camera. They went outside, and Alex walked directly to the tree that Clara and the kids had seen someone hanging from. He said, "This tree is causing a lot of negative energy on this house." He said that a woman about 21 years old had been hanged from that tree. And there are a lot of stories about who this woman is, but I feel like nothing is proven. So
Yeah.
we'll get into some of those theories in a little bit. But that night they call Father Al to join the family. And this is also part of the documentary, right? They're let's get everything that we could possibly do to make a good documentary. So Father Al joins the family, and he and Alex and the crew and the family performed an exorcism rite. So basically, the camera crew, the whole crew's around, and Father Al, Alex, and the family all kneel in the living room. In this circle, they hold hands. Alex draws all the negative energy in the house into himself, and he dispels them. As he's doing this, Father Al starts performing the exorcism. And as they knelt there, apparently every single one of the family members start having these terrible visions. Clara felt like she was going to faint. Even cameramen were uneasy. And the people who were in the circle seemed to have a different reality than the people who were watching. It was the people in the circle were so consumed with these visions, this feeling of faintness.
Yeah.
That they didn't realize that while this exorcism is going around, all the camera people start hearing screams and groans coming from the walls of the house.
It's just so creepy that there's so many different layers, and just the ability to whether it's people just not noticing or just projecting different realities onto everyone.
Yep.
That's so scary because it's you don't know exactly what's actually happening. What's the reality, or is all of this happening at once? But it's you can't protect each other.
You can't,
because you don't know what each other's experiencing.
It's terrible. So after all of this, the camera crew packs up, and Father Al and Alex say goodbye to the family. Obviously, they would stay in touch, but they did seem hopeful and positive, as they always have, that this exorcism had worked and the house will be quiet. And Clara does recall this to be mostly true, because for the first time in a long time, there is peace in the house. But again, it only lasts so long. So this is April of 1974. By July of 1974, things start happening again. Laura woke up to a growling black furry ball under her bed with sharp teeth, and as she tried to jump off the bed, this thing tried to grab at her ankles. Terrifying. Clara started having sleep paralysis, and on one occasion while she was paralyzed, Mary had walked past the room and actually saw a young boy standing at the end of Clara's bed staring at her. At this point, Clara and Phil were in real financial trouble, and despite their efforts to sell the house, there were no interested buyers. They didn't try to hide the hauntings. In fact, they were hoping to sell the house to some kind of research group, but had no luck. Ultimately, on September 29th, 1974, 4 years after moving into the home, keep in mind, they moved into this home in fine financial status. They have to file for bankruptcy.
This is so sad. And also, it's proof that sometimes, because when you were saying that they couldn't sell the house and that they were trying, I'm okay, we'll just sell it at a loss then, at least get something back.
Literally.
But no one wanted it. It was the house made sure no one was going to get it.
Yeah. The kids moved out as Phil and Claire wrapped things up on the house, and their last week in the house was riddled with hauntings. There were sounds of babies crying, whistles, a literal gong, footsteps. Clara says it was like a finale at a fireworks show where the house was showing off every type of haunting it was capable of. They had lost everything they owned in just 4 years. And their family was pretty much torn apart. I mean, half the time, half of the kids weren't even living in the house anymore. But despite this truth, on October 17th, 1974, as Phil and Clara got in their car and drove away from the house, Clara couldn't help but look back with such sadness. She loved this home. And when she's looking back at it, she describes this in her book. She looks back at the house and she only sees happiness.
And she's like,
It's so bizarre.
she almost wants to go back and she's sad to leave it, but then she like,
How very haunting of Hill House. It's like you're drawn back to that.
and we'll get to a point, but like basically she still like to this day is like, I would go back to that house.
It literally tried to kill your family.
She's like, I wouldn't go back with my children, but I would go back.
Haunting of Hill
Yeah.
House.
But
Ooh, I don't like that.
so she sees this like very pleasant vision of the house, but then like
Right.
as she blinks,
Well, just like so many other stories, it's like the house might be decrepit and evil, but the
Yo.
the right person, the right family comes in on the open house day.
Let's go.
It like smells like cookies,
right, it like
fresh
puts on a
bread,
show,
and the sun is glistening through the windows.
and then you move in, and it's like, oh shit.
Now you get to see what everyone else saw that day.
Yeah. But so she sees this vision of it, this like mirage of the house. But then as she like blinks, she does see like this darkness start to like seep in from the outsides. But she also felt this feeling of failure in that moment. Like it's almost like the house won, which was a weird thing for her to like, that's not like something you consciously think,
Yeah.
you know? On October 31st, 1974, another